Assalamu alaikum. There are many people who claim to know the future. Such knowledges are discouraged in Islam, and even visiting a fortune teller is haram. The conversation that I am about to have with you today, and the reason why you clicked on this episode, is probably because you want to know how to predict the next 5 years of your life in a halal way. In this world, the knowledge and erudition of personal development is merely 100 years old. The study of positive psychology is also 100 years old. The lifespan of developmental psychology is also 100 years. In these 100 years, a lot of work and research has been done on how humans, their behavior, their thoughts and habits can change their current reality into a different one. As a result, some factors have been found out to point towards certain outcomes. This work and research is reflected in books like Atomic Habits, Tiny Habits, and The Power of Habit. Some great men extensively worked on the field of man's development. For instance, Napoleon Hill, he wrote the century-old book Think and Grow Rich, which is a bestseller even today. Modern scholars also worked on this. For example, Stephen R. Covey talked about the 7 habits of highly effective people in his book. If you have these habits, inshallah, you will become successful. Okay, in the 21st century, the newest trending name in this field is of Malcolm Gladwell. His books, The Tipping Point and The Outliers, are famous and fantastic books. Okay, according to the latter, any person who does deep work for 10,000 hours becomes an outlier of his field. Such a person attains mastery, becomes an expert of that field, and according to the author, becomes a legend. And if I talk about Simon Sinek, he said that man's success is completely based on why. Start with Why is an amazing philosophy and also the name of his book, which is recommended by the world. According to the Japanese book Ikigai, the more you work on your Ikigai, or purpose in life for which you're born, the more you are bound to enjoy and succeed in a happy future. I'm also about to write a book comprising top lessons from 100 best non-fiction books in order to turn you into a beast so you can attain your goals. And if you're a female, which you most probably are, so not a beast, you would become a whore on earth. You would become a walking whore on earth, your highest, best possible version, and your speed would skyrocket to attain your goals. You can thank me later. Now I am about to share the very classical, basic golden sentence mentioned in all these books as a summary. Sentence is, any individual's future 5 years can be predicted by the following 5 factors. So let's dive into the 5 factors. The factor number 1 is the books he reads. Number 1, the books he reads. But to be honest, I would say all the media that one consumes. This can be audiobooks in the modern era, as well as movies you watch, the dramas you watch, the YouTube channels you follow, the Instagram pages and accounts you follow, the news you listen to, and even small things like the people you follow on various social media, like Instagram, Facebook, and whatever. I highly recommend you to subscribe to podcast channels of Steve Bartlett and Lewis Howes. They are available on YouTube. Also, I suggest you to start listening to audiobooks while on a treadmill, which makes it fun to work out, and vice versa as well. One could also listen to these while traveling. Earl Nightingale said that you can turn your car into a rolling university. Sir Brian Tracy also supported this idea. He said that he asked us to convert our cars into a mobile classroom. In this way, we can turn dead time, like waiting and traveling, into hundreds of hours of learning every year. Consistent small learning sessions can even outperform formal education over time. So the media that you consume today can give you an idea of how your future might be like. Number 2, a big challenge that the world is facing is health. 30% of the Canadian population is battling obesity. 20% of Canadians are facing anxiety and depression. It's 25% for Pakistan. And the number is even huger because of the total huge population of Pakistan. 35 million Pakistanis have diabetes. Millions die because of health issues. So the second factor shaping your future is the food that you eat. So if you drink alcohol, smoke, or eat a lot of sugary foods, or drink a lot of cold drinks, or even generally eat a lot, then you can safely predict possible huge health issues. But if you eat healthy, well-proportioned meals and home-cooked food and balanced diet, then you can be prepared for your hopefully healthy, energetic, and fit future. Number 3, the people you spend your time with. If you stay around depressed people, you would become depressed in future. If you stay around hopeful, grateful, and optimistic people, you would develop these positive characteristics as well. If you stay around wise people, your dogs would start becoming full of wisdom as well. If you start hanging out with creative people, you would start thinking out of the box as well. If you start hanging out with daring people, you would notice yourself taking more decisions, risks, and initiatives as well. And most importantly, if you start hanging out with pious, God-fearing people, you would start becoming pious. So how would you become in the next 5 years? Just like the people you hang out with, and you cannot tell me otherwise. Come back in the next 5 years with the same friends that you have and tell me that they did not affect you. It's impossible. According to President Sir Abdul Kalam, no one can change his future, but one can change his habits. Habits shape your future. So if you have bad habits like wasting time, scrolling endlessly on social media, or watching useless movies and shows, then your next 5 years are in huge danger. But I would like to suggest you to start praying 5 times a day, being humble. I would suggest you to also start being grateful, doing istikhara more often. Also giving charity as well. So number 5, the conversations you engage in. The arguments, chit-chats, and gossip that you engage in today affect both your quality of life and the next 5 years. If you have high-value conversations, you can live a high-value life as well. There's a famous quote about this, that low-value people discuss people, criticize them, insult them, and backbite them, while high-value people discuss ideas. Losers focus on winners, and winners focus on winning. So if you discuss ideas, growth, knowledge, Islam, and wisdom, then the next 5 years are going to be top-notch and very incredible, inshallah. These were the 5 factors that shape your future. According to a hadith, nothing repels decree except dua. Everything is already known by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but your actions like effort and dua are part of how your life unfolds. You are not in total control of your decree, of your luck, but you are not powerless either, because actions like effort and dua matter. I don't know much about palmistry, astrology, numerology, etc., but I know for a fact that if you positively work on these 5 factors that I have explained in this episode, then inshallah your next 5 years are going to be brilliant and amazing.